Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome to an episode of just my random talks, I guess. And the reason why I'm making this video is because, as you all know, this Sunday is the League of Legends World Championships final between KT and T1. It is the 15th World Championship for League of Legends, and it is between T1 and KT, a historic matchup, the Telekom War to be exact. And I can't remember the last time I was this hyped for any match. Even when Argentina was fighting France in the FIFA World Cup final, I don't think I was this hyped actually. So just a disclaimer before I continue. This video is going to be biased as hell. T1 is my favorite team of all time. KT is my second favorite team of all time. So whoever wins in this final, I will be both and very, very sad. So today I just wanted to give my thoughts as a long-time fan of both of these teams on the matchup, the little rivalries between these two teams, the journey of these two orgs in particular, what I'm expecting, and what are my hopes and what are my feelings towards the final, and who do I want to win and who I think will win. So the first thing I want to talk about is the matchup first before I go into individual ops. For those of you who don't know, this T1 and KT matchup is one of the most legendary rivalries in all of esports, not just League of Legends. From what I can tell from the research I done before this video, T1 and KT have been rivalries ever since the day of StarCraft. Now I am mostly a League of Legends fan, but even League of Legends alone, these two orgs, their rivalry has been extremely intense. In 2016, T1 beat reverse swept T1 in the 2016 LCK semi-final to go to Worlds. In 2017, T1 beat KT in the LCK Spring. In 2018, KT won. And KT won the entire LCK, and T1 didn't really accomplish much in 2018. So, between 2019 to 2022, there won't really be much interaction between both of these teams, to be honest, because T1 started off rough between 2019 to 2021, and KT's skill level honestly fell off a cliff until like 2023. In 2023, the Telekom War started again when KT won in the playoffs, where even though KT picked T1 as the first seed, T1 managed to beat KT 3-2, both in the upper and in the lower bracket. And in 2024, T1 beat KT 3-2 again to qualify for Worlds. Now, I think I'm missing a few of them there, but I think most of you can see a pattern between all of these matchups. And it's that for the most part, T1 has gotten the better of KT. In fact, I honestly think that there's only been one or two splits where KT has actually higher than T1 in the LCK rankings. So yeah, it's a pretty lopsided matchup, and T1 has honestly been KT's kryptonite for most of KT's runtime actually. And another thing that makes this even more tragic for KT is that there's a reason why KT fans always have a phrase, never get excited. It's because KT might legitimately be one of the most cursed organizations and one of the most unlucky organizations of all time. In 2016, KT made it to finals. They lost 3-2 to the Rocks Tigers. Now, even though they higher than T1 due to season points, T1 made it to Worlds, and KT didn't make it to Worlds. They lost to Samsung Galaxy 3-2 in the regional gauntlet. In 2017, they once again made it to Worlds. This time they lost to Genji in the regional qualifiers, 3-2 again. And Samsung Galaxy this time they won the entire thing. And 2018, they finally won LCK. You know what happened? They were matched up against the eventual World Championship champion IG, and they lost 3-2. In 2023, they finally made it back to Worlds. And you know what happened? They were matched up against the JDG Super Team in quarterfinals, where they lost 3-1. In 2024, they were one game away from making it to Worlds. What happened? They lost Game 5 to T1 again. For most of KT's life, the org has been defined by misfortune, a lot of almost, and what if. So I really, really want KT to win this because I'm an underdog level. I really, really want KT to win. And to see the organization not only finally overcome their kryptonite in T1, but also win the World Championship at the same time would be amazing for me, to be honest. And another reason why I really, really am glad this matchup exists is that I finally get to see a Telekom war again. I think the last Telekom war I mentioned is 2024, and for most of this year, KT weren't really that good, to be honest. So there weren't really any Telekom wars. So to finally see this historic matchup being reignited in the World Championship finals, not only a final, but the 15th World Final at that, it makes me so happy to see this. I am honestly super hyped for this matchup. And what makes this even more exciting is that for some reason, whenever these two orcs fight against each other, it almost always goes to 5 games, and it almost is always close. It doesn't matter how much better one orc is better than the other in the regular season, in terms of placing or in terms of who they beat or who they didn't beat. Whenever it comes to both of them fighting each other, you just know it's going to be a clown fiesta, and most likely it's going to go to 5 games. Now, that's just the history of these two orcs, and I explained why I love KT so much. Now, I don't want to talk about the individual players, and I only got one to talk about one player from KT, which is BDD for me. I have been following BDD ever since he was in Kingzone Dragon X in 2017, the one that made it to MSI finals that lost to RNG, that one. And I am honestly so happy for him. Because for most of BDC's life, he honestly hasn't really won any big series, big BO5s. Like I mentioned, in 2017, he lost to in 2017, he lost in Worlds to Samsung Galaxy. In 2018, he lost in MSI to RNG, and he didn't even make it worse. He lost to, I think, he lost to Samsung Galaxy in the regional gauntlet. In 2020, he lost to G2 in a best of 5 3-0. In 2021, he lost to EDG. He lost to Scout 3-2. And this is the first time he has ever made it to a Worlds final. And seeing him cry after he made it to Worlds final, after finally making it there by beating Genji, felt so satisfying for me. Like I said, I love underdog story, and seeing a person who has suffered as much as BDD for most of his career finally made it to a Worlds final, it really warmed my heart. So yeah, I will be rooting for the entire KT roster this Saturday. I really hope they win it. Now, as for T1, I don't think I need to elaborate much. This team has made it for their 4th World Final in a row. I think Owner, Faker, Guma Yusi in Korea all speak for themselves in terms of skill level. But one thing I want to highlight is that for the core of these 4 players who has been together since 2021, I honestly think that this is the best that these 4 players have looked ever. Usually when they go into a series, usually one player will play well, one player will play badly. For example, when T1 beat Weibo Gaming in the 2023 World Final, Faker was inting a bit in game 1, but then at the time Zeus was really carrying them. In 2024, honestly, I think Zeus was a bit neutered by Bin, but Faker stepped up big. And this is the first time I have seen almost all 4 of these players performing at such a ridiculously high level. None of them have been underperforming this tournament. And I'm really grateful for that, and I can't wait to see them play in finals. As for the odd one out, Doran, this player has been getting a lot of hate for the past few years, and in my opinion, justifiably so. Because he's often the worst player in whatever semi-final he has been in worst. In 2022, when Genji lost to DRX, he played fine. But in 2023, he got dumpstered by Bin. In 2024, he kind of got dumpstered by Zeus. So I really, really want to see him win, because I also know that T1 fans, if T1 loses this Worlds final, they will just go dog pile on him. And Doran has been receiving a lot of hate for the entirety of 25 actually. So I really, really would like to see Doran win. Another reason is mainly just to see Chovy fail. Is that if Doran wins this World Final, that would mean that Chovy is the last person from the 2020 DRX roster to have never won a World Championship. And as a person who hates Chovy's fan to his gut, it will make me extremely happy to see Chovy getting slandered like that. So that's all I want to say. I'm extremely hyped for this final. And before I go, I just want to give my predictions. In terms of player-to-player matchup, I honestly think that Doran and Perfect are around the same equal skill level. They have shown amazing things together. In terms of Owner against Cars, I think Owner has been playing slightly better in his matches compared to Cars, but Cars is no joke as well. As for the bot lane between T1 and KT's bot lane, I also think T1's bot lane is like been way better. Kuma UC has been performing at the way higher level than Doctor, and Kara has been performing at the way higher level than Perfect in terms of their picks, their styles. I think Kara has been amazing on Nico specifically. And for the mid lane, this is the one matchup where I will give it to KT. I honestly think that BDD's performance in their semi-final match against Genji was one of the biggest hard carry performances I have ever seen from a mid laner in a World Championship series. I think the only time I seen someone carry this hard was I think 2018 Rookie against KT, or maybe 2021 Scout or 2022 Zeka. He honestly carried KT on his back. He kept the ever living shit out of Chovy. And I honestly think that he did better in his semi-final match than Faker did. So I honestly think that this World Final can go either way. I know a lot of people have been predicting T1 to win. Makes sense. They have been winning this matchup for the past like 10 years. And they are the 4-time World Champion finalists compared to KT's one. Faker has won 5 World Championships already. So it's obviously very easy to root for T1. But I think that T1 really shouldn't underestimate KT as well. As for who I think will win, well, before I talk about that, I want to talk about some ban pick predictions first. I honestly think that Azir will be perma banned this entire series. Azir is Faker and BDD's best champions. These two players are the best Azir players in the entire world, so I do not see it going through at all, actually. Another pick I really think that will be hotly contested is the Nico. Both Carrier and Peter have been amazing on Nico, and I just think that Nico has been extremely strong for the entire tournament. So I honestly think that Nico will not be a pick that will go through. Same with Caitlyn, very strong, good early game, very good late game. I don't think Caitlyn will go through as well. As for KT, I think we all know. I think Anivia will also be a pick that will be hotly contested. But that's just off the top of my head. There can be many other picks that go through. So with that ban pick prediction, I just want to talk about my prediction for the scoreline. And to me, I think that T1 will win 3-2. I think no matter who wins this series, it will be a 3-2 because of the historical context between these two orcs and because of how close in terms of skill level by watching them. I think that this match will be extremely close. So I predict T1 to win 3-2. And I think that it is only a 60-40. I think T1 will win 60% of the time, while KT will win 40% of the time. Honestly, this is what I love about this World Finals, because it genuinely feels like it's anyone's game this Sunday. And I can't wait to see it happen. I am already extremely hyped for it. I can't wait to see either Doran lifting his first World Championship, or Faker winning his 6th, or BDD winning his first. I can't wait for it. I will definitely be watching it live. And yeah, that is all from me. Hope you all have a nice day. And that's it from me. Ciao.